Okay, so every single week I do a Q&A. I missed last week, so if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. This is the time to do it. So this is the time where I'm pretty much focused 100% on chat, so I can see what you guys are asking, and I can pretty much answer you. Okay, my question is, will you do my rogue? I don't mind doing a rogue, just not right now. But if you got any questions about like monks, anything like that, you're more than welcome to ask in chat. I don't mind doing these shit, Sam. I don't mind doing them, man. Just not right now, dude. Oh, nice, Freakazoid. Turn off music really fast, get real close, and talk really soft and oh, I don't know how that's gonna make you laugh, but... Welcome to the channel, guys. Going to be doing some BGs tonight. Radio Voice 2.0. I got a question? Yeah, dude, shoot. What do you think is the best 2's comp for Mistweaver Monk? I don't play Mistweaver Monk, so I could be wrong in this, so don't take my advice. But my guess is that Mistweaver Monks are gonna do well with like probably a caster, maybe a warrior. Warrior Mistweaver could work. I know that Warrior Mistweaver is pretty strong back in MOP. Mistweaver DK could work, but something that doesn't really have a stun. You know, warriors could work, but mages, Lock, Mistweaver Lock could work. I don't know what the best comp is because I don't really play Mistweavers. So it's not really a question that I can really answer. So I apologize. How are monks now? Because I haven't seen them much on arenas. Monks are not really strong in arenas right now. We suffer from lack of mobility and lack of actually being able to catch up to a target and burst on them. The damage is there. It's just that our survivability and lack of mobility really is our downfall when it comes to 3s. So you're not going to see too much monks in arenas. That's why a lot of high-rated players who are rerolling Gnome, that way they can get that extra freedom trinket. But even still, it's a struggle. It's not impossible, it's just a struggle. When will you duel just for fun? Tonight, at least a few, or nah? I don't mind dueling, but I want to have like a little bit more viewers so I can rotate through a lot of duels to offer people more of a variety, you know what I mean? And then maybe do that, like, I might set up a schedule to do that once a week or not. You got 2Ks and 2K and 3's Twinwalker, but I'm considering rerolling Mistweaver. You think I should do it? If you want to get higher, you can push this to Windwalker Monk, but you're definitely going to have an easier time as Mistweaver pushing. I know that TSG is really good with Mistweavers. Not TSG, yeah, TSG. I'm right. Mobility, yeah, it's true, Shihiro. It's true. Are monks viable in 3s anymore? They are. They're just not tier 1. Let's say, like, again, in 3v3s, you're having to deal with the fact that you're gonna get kited a lot. You're dealing with the fact that you're going to be very, very squishy, and it's very hard to connect to targets. And when you do, the damage is definitely there. It's just very, very hard to play a monk right now in 3v3s. So it's definitely viable. It's just very frustrating. So if you like playing 3s for fun, like I do, like level 1 enhancement shaman or something like that, and have fun with 3s. Otherwise, you're gonna be punching your keyboard and stuff like that. What was your worst subject in school? Think? Let me think. It was either English or math. Like, it's not that I did bad, I just didn't really like those subjects. Like, I just hated them. I was like an honors 2 English and I just hated it. It's probably because it was like the first class in the morning at like 6 in the morning and I just didn't want to be there. So, but I love science. I love science. I never really studied for a science test. It kind of just came natural to me. Everyone get in a raid to sweat. So when we'll be able to play some mage or lock? I am gearing out my lock to help Natsid get 2k and in 3s because he's never got 2k and he really wants it. So you might see some lock action. What would you do to improve monks? Is it abilities or buff everything? There's a few things that I do to improve monks, and nothing like groundbreaking, but stuff that we need. One of the things is to give 2 spells back, and that is Sparring and Spinning Fire Blossoms. And what Sparring's going to do, it's going to allow us to play a little bit more defensive and be a little bit more, have a little bit more survivability, which we desperately need. And Spinning Fire Blossoms to allow us to catch up to targets for rooting. The other thing that I would do is probably make Cheat Torpedo not a meta talent. Right now it's like pretty much a meta talent for PvP because it does so much damage. Like I'm pretty sure when you're fully geared, it's going to do like 100Ks, including multi-strike. So around 100K in your burst with 2 Cheat Torpedoes is just ridiculous. But that, again, that is a utility. Like your roll is your utility. It shouldn't be used as a burst method because you either need that appeal, you need that to catch up to someone. It just, I still don't really like Cheat Torpedo, sorry. Yeah, we love you. I love you for tuning into the stream, man. Can you play Mage or Lock? I have a Lock. I don't have a Mage. I might play my Lock tomorrow for a little bit. I just played Monk before, but I stopped playing since the nerf. They got a mob. Should I level my Monk to 100 now? If you have fun playing a Monk, man, I would suggest leveling one. They're a lot of fun. But again, in arenas, it's very frustrating to play. So if you're just a casual player and you're just out there to have fun, Monk is a great class for you. Because they're a very, very fun class to play. So you'd have a lot of fun. But if you're out there to like push high rating, Monk is probably not your best pick if you were new to the class. You look like Jesus. I've got that a lot, but eh. You think double HPAL Windwalker would work? I don't know about that, man. The thing about HPALs and Windwalker monks, they never really synergize well together. They're good in Walking Dead, but that's just in Walking Dead, which is DK Windwalker. But the thing about HPALs and Windwalker monks that are really bad is because monks are very squishy, and in 3s we suffer from, if our healer gets CC'd, we take a lot of damage. And if you're running with something like a shaman, a druid, even a priest, like all the other healers, they have things that can be already on you if they get put into CC that helps you be a little bit more defensive. So that's why HPAL, I don't really like HPALs on my monk, but Walking Dead is really good right now with HPALs, and that's just because HPALs are so strong. Have you played a Hunter? I have played a Hunter. I've played a little bit of Hunter in WoD. Don't really care for it. I got one up to level 100, and I just didn't like the fact that you have like 3 spells. But the last time I played a Hunter was back when you had Volley. Rest in peace, Volley, you will be missed. It was a really cool spell, and back when Hunters had mana, and it was a lot of fun. But I didn't main it. It was like one of those classes that I played to just have fun. If you could bring one class to WoW, what would it be? I have no idea, man. WoW has like a lot of like different classes. I know if like, I know what I would do if like I would definitely want more good monks in the game, but if I could choose like a race, a new race, I would probably choose like a Naga or something like that. Naga would be cool. A Naga monk would be really cool. Just like flying serpent kick, like an actual serpent kick. I think that'd be pretty cool. What else? Rising flipper kick. What is your talent tree in Mistweaver Monk? I can't really answer that question, man, because I don't play Mistweavers. I'd probably give you the wrong answer. My suggestion is to look on the 3v3 ladders, see who's the highest rating, and then just pretty much copy paste whatever they're using. Some things like diffuse and healing elixirs are more of like a varied talent, like an optional talent, because if you're versing double caster or a lock, you want to take diffuse, if that makes any sense. So if you copy paste his talents, it might change when you get into a certain 3v3 matchup. So if you're versing a lock, you're going to want to take diffuse. If you're versing a double melee, you want to take healing elixirs. So just keep an open mind when it comes to that and copying the talents. What is a 4-set monk and what's the benefits? The 2-set allows you to... What's the 2-set? 2-set. I think you forgot the 2-set. I know the 4-set though. The 4-set is a extra Tiger's Eye Brute wall. Oh yeah, the 2-set's a Touch of Karma. Thank you. 2-set Touch of Karma. So Touch of Karma is buffed up to 100% damage, which it still doesn't seem like it absorbs that much. I honestly think that they need to buff Touch of Karma damage to make it more punishing to people, because right now you can have a warrior at like 30% health burst through your entire Touch of Karma and still live through it. And back in like Mists of Pandaria, if a warrior did that, he would die. Like, Touch of Karma used to be very punishing, and it's not as much punishing anymore. People could heal through it easily and just burst through it and stay on you, depending on what the class they play. Volley, Wrath of the Lich King, ICC trash. Yeah, rest in peace, Volley. It was like such a cool spell, man. I wish they would have changed it rather than just removing it from the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, the 2 set is Touch of Karma, and the 4 set is a 20% damage reduction when you pop Tiger's Eye Brew. So each Tiger's Eye Brew is going to give you a 2% damage reduction. So it's like a it's like a sort of wall, but it's still not that good. People can still burst through it easily. Does Wendy know who I'm in WoW? I do not. If you ran BGs with man, just message me again. I'm not really good when it comes to names. I'm sorry. I remember running out of ammo in BGs too. Yeah. I actually miss quivers. There was like an idea that Blizzard had to make sort of like a quiver for hunters. And would like upgrade as you leveled, and I thought that was really cool because I don't like pulling arrows out of nowhere, you know? This doesn't really look right. Hey, Elding Era, what's up, man? I'm Resens the monk. Yeah, I know you're on WoW, man. I'm sorry that I didn't match your names to your character, dude. I'm not really good when it comes to names. I like hang out with you a lot in order to get your name correct. Where's Natsid? I have no idea. He's probably muting his mic, I don't know. Probably eating or something. You could ask, Natsid, you could probably ask, Chihiro about what that was. Thanks, Candy Gas. Hey, gotta go. What's up, man?
Would she know?
Yeah, she works, she's pretty much the person that runs the MGN, freedom side.
Okay.
She would know.
Yeah.
She's in chat.
It's /whisper, right?
It's pretty much the same thing as WoW. /W and then space, then name. Do you manually use your on-use trinket, or do you have it macroed for your burst? I manually use it. So I have my Tiger's Eye Brew, I have my trinket on separate keybinds. The reason for that is because I don't like keeping my trinket on my Tiger's Eye Brew and using that as one bind. The reason for that is, like, if I were to burst, sometimes it would mess up. I would have to spam it in order to make sure that I use the Tiger's Eye Brew, and I really didn't like that. I'd rather just hit 2 separate buttons. It's bugged out a few times, and the other reason is if I want to use Tiger's Eye Brew defensively, but I don't want to pop my my trinket, and I just want to use it like to heal or something like that, and I want to save my trinket, I don't want to use both of them at once, and I want to save my trinket for going offensive if they decide to chase. If that makes any sense. I'm thinking about starting up my Twitch for my Holy Paladin. Any thoughts? The biggest suggestion that I can offer you is to get a schedule. That is the most important thing when coming to when streaming. There's like the #1 thing when it comes to streaming is just having a schedule. You need to make sure that you're there at the exact same place every single day. So the viewers that you do get, they know when to come back to your stream, and if they enjoy your stream, they'll know when to come there. That makes any sense. That's probably the best suggestion that I can give. And you know, the other suggestion is, you know, just be yourself, man. Don't try to put on a mask. Don't try to be someone else on Twitch. No one wants to see a second, you know, Swifty. They want to see you for who you are. So, you know, just be yourself. And if you wear a mask and you do get to a point where you're doing this for a living, you're gonna have to wear that mask for the rest of your life, and it's just not fun. So that's what I would suggest, man. What is the best rotation for Windwalker monks? The thing about Windwalker monks is that it is you can't really describe a rotation in one word. The rotation pretty much is like you have your 2 fillers, which is your chi explosion and your jab. You also can have something like expel harm to replace your jab because it costs less energy, which I would highly suggest checking out my Windwalker energy management guide if you're curious on that. But you know, you have your 2 priorities, which is your Tiger Palm and your Rising Sun Kick, and then you have your fillers. So as long as you know how to keep your Tiger Palm and your Rising Sun Kick up, you pretty much use your fillers accordingly. So it's kind of weird because if you're in PvP, you're going to be using your energy to root, you're going to be using energy to heal. It's very like, you know, it's not like a set rotation to where you hit this, and this, except when you burst. And I'm going to be making a burst rotation guide here soon within the next 2 days. So look out for that. How are you this fine morning? I'm doing okay, man. A little bit tired. I kind of overslept, so. When are you gonna stream more often? I'm probably gonna be making my stream a little bit earlier, like around like 8 or maybe a little bit earlier than that, because I've been only able to stream for like 4 hours, and I want to stream for a little bit longer. But I do stream every single day, Killer Spirit. So just check the stream description down below for stream times. But I might be changing up the stream times to be able to stream a little bit more often. Sven, what was it like when you first started streaming? It was fun. When I first started streaming, and I still do it just for fun. Like, I don't really get paid for this. I don't get paid for streaming. The amount of money that I've got through streaming has just been through donations. A lot of that has pretty much gone back to you guys through giveaways and stuff like that. But when I first started streaming, I streamed for about 12 hours a day, and I streamed for 12 hours a day every single day for about 4 people. And I just had a lot of fun. Those are like my glory days, man. I don't have many viewers from back then. Those are like my glory days, man. I remember when I first hit 10 viewers. The first time that I got over 10 viewers, I was like so happy. Would you switch to Hurricane Strikes in 1v1 duels? It depends on what I'm fighting. I get home tomorrow night. Hopefully I can finish gearing my Paladin. Nice, dude. Yeah, this BG event is definitely something you want to take advantage of. Bro, do you think that Blood Elf is the best race for Monk? I don't know, man. If you're playing Horde, the best race for Monk is either Orc or Undead for Windwalker. And if you're playing Windwalker, the best Horde race for Monk is probably Orc. And then if you're playing Mistweaver, the best Horde race is probably Undead. You get like more burst with Orc, and you get reduced stun reduction, and then if you play a Undead for Mistweaver, you get an extra trinket for stuff like Fear and Poly. Would you switch to Hurricane Strikes in 1v1 duels? I would, depending on what I was fighting, dude. Now, I wouldn't really say that Human is the best race for Windwalkers anymore because of the trinket upgrade and the racials. I don't know if Human's the best race for Windwalkers anymore because we rely so much on versatility. Like, I switched to Night Elf, and I've actually seen a noticeable difference in the damage that I put out with the versatility trinket, and I don't even have the epic versatility trinket, and I don't have versatility gear. Like, the only versatility gear that I have is like one piece. That's it. Does anyone want to tell us your life story? Not really. That's something for like a draw my life video or something like that. It's not something I want to talk about because I didn't have a really good, had a pretty depressing childhood. I now know why you don't like Astran, Felix. It's done in my head too. Known for Lance? That or Draenei or Night Elf. It really depends on like what you want. If you're in a fight with a ranged, you wouldn't switch to Hurricane Strikes? Probably not. Like if I'm versing a hunter, definitely not. If I'm versing a mage, definitely not. The only time I would switch to Hurricane Strikes is maybe if I was versing a feral. Maybe if I was versing a feral, maybe another monk. It really depends because like if you're versing a range, let's say you're versing a mage, for example. If you take Hurricane Strikes, he can ice block it, he can blink it, he can he's got like a lot of outs. He's got a lot of ways to stop it. The chances of you locking down a mage in a duel are very slim. Very, very slim. Like with the rogue, you got like a road into cheap shot, and so he has to sit the CC, but you could ice block your Hurricane Strike, you know, you can slow it, he can blink away, he can boost away. Mages are very, very annoying for Moonwalker monks, and a lot of classes have snares and roots that are very, very annoying to deal with as a monk, so hopefully I can get enough honor tomorrow night when I get home. Yeah, dude, like, you can get geared in like a few hours, fully geared. I geared up my enhancement shaman in like a few hours. Running BGs the other day. Was it more than damage the carb was? What do you look like without the headset? Oh, it's tying up my hair. I'd buy the upgraded trinket and the damage trinket as a human. Really? I think double trinket is still better if you are going human rather than the freedom trinket. It's kind of like wasting a ratio. How would you kill a Boomy in a duel when they crit for 150k as Moonwalker? Pretty much dueling a Boomy, my suggestion is to take something like Chi Explosion and build 20 stacks before you go in and burst. So you pretty much want to play pretty passive. Maybe bait them with like a leg sweep or something like. Try to bait like a Bark Skin, like a Fist of Fury or something like that. Or just bait them with a Paralysis, walk up to them, root them, and start to bait their cooldowns until they have like no cooldowns left. But the reason why I say save 20 stacks of Tiger's Brew is because they got a lot of mobility, and it's very, very hard to catch up to a Boomkin. So if you burst a Boomkin, you're going to get them down to like 20% health. Like you can't 100 to 0 a Boomkin, it's just not possible. But if you can stay on the offensive and pop those extra 10 stacks and then like Chi Explosion them while you're chasing them, you could probably kill. I noticed SSJ was Night Elf the other day. Is everybody going Night Elf and why? I think SSJ actually recently changed to Gnome also. So you might have changed Gnome. I just went Night Elf because I was thinking about trying out the versatility upgrade trinket. And also because I can Shadow Melt CC. I was in a BG earlier and I Shadow Melt out of fear. And the priest was pissed. It's great. If you know how to Shadow Melt CC, you can Shadow Melt every single type of CC. You can Shadow Melt stuns, you can Shadow Melt fears, poly, like you can shadow meld everything. So like if a monk walked up to you and you knew he was gonna leg sweep and you shadow melded before the leg sweep, you could pretty much immune his leg sweep. It's pretty cool. It's really hard to do though. You think that Chi Burst is way better than Chi Wave? Yes, if you're geared. The thing about Chi Burst versus Chi Wave is that if you're not geared, I suggest checking Chi Wave, especially if you're new to a monk, because it's just easier to fit into your rotation and it does heal for quite a bit. Chi Burst does heal for quite a bit, but it's more of like a gear issue when it comes to Chi Burst because it needs to be worth it, if that makes any sense. You need to be at least doing a certain amount of damage and healing with Chi Burst, and you have to know how to set it up, which is pretty easy. You know, you can't just cast Chi Burst, otherwise you're gonna get kicked. That 9.9 second cast is gonna turn into a 3 second cast if you're just casting it in their face without proper CC. But Chi Burst is better than Chi Wave when you're geared, I'd say. There we go, Draenei. I got 2 characters to level 660 from scratch within 5 hours, yeah. VG events, pretty crazy. Alright. It's 1:30, so I'm gonna call it the Q&A for now. But it's pretty much just me focusing a lot to chat, and then I can answer you guys' questions and stuff like that. And upload this to YouTube.